I think we've all looked at certain men in movies or TV shows and thought, damn, I wish I was like him. Even people who seem incredibly unhappy, we have a deep desire to emulate them in some way. That's because we are seeing a romanticized version of their life. Their life is curated around an aesthetic, a vision, a purpose, and who doesn't want that? The art of romanticizing your life is something I've noticed women are tapping into more and more, but it's also something that successful men have used for decades to achieve their ambitions. Viewing your own life as art has actually been a big part of my philosophy for a long time, and lately I've reinforced this thinking after a couple of big changes in my life. So in this video, I will tell you how to become the main character in your own movie and how it will help you become the man that you want to be. So why is becoming the main character in your own movie a good idea? At first, the idea of creating a character can seem quite childish. But if there's one thing that we can learn from our younger selves, it's to be more imaginative and creative. As adults, we are constantly pushed down by other people's interpretations of who we are. We take their expectations as limitations rather than having faith in our own dreams. The irony is, to know what we want in life and how to get it, we must step outside of ourselves slightly. The main character concept gives us a second perspective on our own life. There's a concept known as Solomon's paradox, which explains why this is so useful. So Solomon was a king in biblical times who was renowned for giving great advice. The irony was that his own life was a complete wreck. You see, it's so much easier for us to understand what others should do to achieve their goals. But it's hard for us to get past our own excuses, biases, and expectations and see what is truly right for us. So when we look at ourselves as a character, we can use this wise man's perspective on our own lives. So now it's time to craft the character of you. I imagine you already have an idea in your head of the kind of man you want to be. It might be a subconscious mix of all your biggest influences, both in fiction and real life. Normally, it will be some kind of variation of your natural personality. And it's okay if your character is simply a better looking, more successful, better dressed version of yourself. I have a very strong idea of the person that I want to be in the future, although this idea changes over time. But if you don't have a strong idea already, I'll give you a couple of exercises that might help you achieve this. Personally, I have a habit of visualization. Every night before I go to sleep, I will generally pick a moment in the future and visualize what my life will look like at that moment. Sometimes it's just materialistic things like driving a 911 or buying a beautiful home. Other times I imagine being with my future wife and children or treating my parents to an amazing vacation. Alternatively, some men might find journaling an effective way to flesh out the kind of man they want to be. I suggest you write a diary entry for a date in the future and describe every detail of how you want your life to look, how you feel, what's your appearance, what do you do, whom do you surround yourself with. As you write, a movie will begin playing in your head, and you are the main character of that movie. Every good character needs a mission in life. A goal he's working toward. This will be what guides his actions and his lifestyle. It's a North Star that everything is aiming toward. For me, my mission is to create a generation of young gentlemen. So having that in mind is the guiding principle of my life. It influences everything I do, from the superficial things to the larger decisions. It means that I spend at least 40 hours a week making YouTube videos because this is the most important and effective communication platform at this moment in time. But it also influences the way I dress, the places I go, and even how I greet the checkout clerk at the grocery store. Now you're beginning to establish an identity in your mind and a mission for this character. The most effective way you can become this man is with your routine. Your routine is the set of building blocks that will gradually bring you closer to this ideal. So consider, what does your character do in the morning? Is he a 5 a.m. cold shower type of man, Or does he prefer to relax with a coffee and the newspaper in the morning? How does he execute his work? What levels of discipline does he show? How does he keep his body in shape? What does he eat? What kind of places does he frequent? What kind of people does he meet? How does he dress? How does he speak? What are his mannerisms? And this is where the idea of a main character starts to have a truly practical application. Beforehand, you might have had an idea of the lifestyle or the goal that you wanted, but you didn't know how to get there. And as humans, we learn best by copying. With your main character, you can copy your own vision using the power that I explained with Solomon's paradox. And that will get you where you want to go much more directly than trying to imitate the life of somebody else who is merely an influence. Aesthetics can play a huge role as you transition into the man you want to be. And this is why I'm so passionate about style. It has a truly transformative power. When you dress the right way, listen to certain music, furnish your home in the right way, yeah, I'm working on that one, okay? It reminds you every day of the kind of man that you want to be. And you'll feel more like him every single day. This is where romanticizing your life comes in, and this is where women really have it right. As men, we've been brainwashed to view style, decor, and art as frivolous and luxurious. But we must not forget the power of ritual. The ritual of putting on a tie in the morning so we can proudly present ourselves to the world. The ritual of lighting a candle on our desk to tell ourselves that work has begun. And the ritual of putting your phone away or making a cocktail to signify that the day is done and now I will relax and spend some quality time with the people that are important to me. Rituals lead to habits, habits lead to a routine, and a routine leads you to the man that you want to be. Now I understand the predicament some people are in. Some of you guys will have this main character in mind. You know the actions that you need to take, but you feel this never-ending wall of procrastination. My biggest advice to you gentlemen is to change your environment. Go somewhere or do something where you are forced to become a new man. Start over in a new town where nobody knows you. Begin a new project in secret so you have no fear of judgment from others. Or take a new job where the shackles of your former professional identity are left behind. When you take drastic action, as I have in my life many times, you create a void that must be filled. And as long as you fill this void with the right kind of things, it's going to be an incredible opportunity for you. Treating your life like a movie is a way to see yourself as always on a journey. During the hard times when you feel like you are anything but the man that you want to be, know that you are at the most crucial point of your story. Success and celebration are not the most important things in life, it's the struggle and the transformation. But it's easy to feel discouraged when we are so far away from our goals. At least when we dress like the man we want to be, we act like him, and we do the same daily things as him, then we feel like we are on the right path. While the concept of romanticizing your life and viewing yourself as a main character might seem new, men have been doing this for centuries. Cary Grant, whose real name was Archibald Leach, famously said that he simply imagined who Cary Grant was and decided to try and be him. You may have recently seen my video on Ralph Lauren. He is another man who imagined a life that was very far away from anything he'd ever known. But he changed his name and made his brand his creative outlet and a ticket to a different life. I also recently made a video on Guy Ritchie, who argues that style is a vital avenue through which a man can become the master of his own journey. And there are countless further examples throughout history of men who have used the power of visualization and self-belief to edge themselves closer and closer to their goals every day. Gentlemen, this has been a slightly different video for me from my usual content, but sometimes I think back to why I started this channel and why style and presentation is so important to me, and it's because of the life-changing effects it can have. I want to hear from you in the comments. What is one area of your life that you're focusing on right now? Because it will help me make videos that are useful to you in the future. Maybe you're focusing on your own business. Maybe you're prioritizing your physical health, or perhaps looking to spend more time with your family. Whatever it is, I look forward to hearing from you and I wish you the best of luck in all of your pursuits. Until the next video, and I promise it won't be more than a day or two until the next one, how about taking some style, inspiration from Ralph Lauren? As I said, he is a man who decided to treat life like a movie and become the main character of that movie. And in this video, I will explain how his philosophy informs his everyday style. This man has a fascinating story that I think you will enjoy very much. So thank you for watching, gentlemen, and I look forward to hearing from you and talking about your goals down in the comments.